Hey everybody, today is Wednesday, August 13th, 2025, and today's video brings us out to Winter Garden, Florida, right on the border of Oakland, Florida. And the reason why we are out here today is because I am always telling you guys that if you are a fan of a roadside attraction, a roadside oddity, a theme park, anything like that at all, anything that brings you enjoyment, brings you excitement, something that you really do find enjoyment in, I highly recommend getting as much enjoyment out of that thing as you possibly can for as long as you can, because these things might not be around forever. There are so many roadside attractions, so many things that I have enjoyed since I was a kid or started to enjoy as an adult that unfortunately are no longer around. And today we are going to talk about something that might not be around for much longer. I am hoping this is going to remain, maybe not in the same way it always has, but hopefully will still stay a thing, still stay a staple of this community for years and years and years to come. But unfortunately, this amazing DIY roadside attraction is under attack at the moment. And today, I want to talk to you guys about that because this is a shame. This town has loved this roadside attraction for decades and decades and decades. And now again, it's under attack, all because of one person, one Grinch who wants to destroy all the fun for everybody. This amazing, again, DIY roadside attraction is under attack. And today we are going to talk about that. I'm going to show this off to you guys. I want to kind of document this one last time, just in case it's not here for much longer, because again, this is a shame. This is a horrible, awful thing. The news for this was broke earlier this week. And again, I wanted to come out here. I wanted to document this. I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to show this off to you guys. So again, we are here in Winter Garden, Florida, to take a look at what sits right here in front of us, that I hope will continue to sit here in front of us for a very, very long time, at least in the way I want it to sit here for a very, very long time. In 1900, right here on Oakland Avenue, an amazing, beautiful house was built. And a few decades later, a man named Joe Williams would move into this house. And in 1977, he would get the idea to start decorating his house for the holidays. And not too long after that, he would get the even more brilliant idea to expand upon his holiday decor, to bring some holiday cheer to those in town, those around him, to all his neighbors. He would literally turn his house and his property into a holiday wonderland. Come Christmas, come Halloween, this property literally does turn into a holiday wonderland. I have brought you guys out here before to see this during Halloween and to see this during Christmas. This property turns into the Williams Holiday House. If you actually look up this property on Google Maps, it is listed as the Williams Holiday House because this is a local DIY roadside attraction. This house is amazing. This is one of the coolest things I have ever seen. I love driving out here during Halloween and during Christmas to see the amazing, awesome DIY roadside attraction, all the decor, all the amazing time and effort that is put into turning this property into a holiday wonderland. I love it. My son loves coming out here and seeing this. It is one of the coolest things I have ever seen in my entire life. Now, at the moment, you may notice that it looks kind of just, like a standard house, nothing too crazy. But in just a couple of weeks, this house would have started to decorate for Halloween. Unfortunately, from what I've read, Joe has said that the decor is being held off indefinitely being put on hold indefinitely until things are maybe kind of figured out, because right now, again, this house is under attack. One neighbor who lives right over there, right on the other side of the property, on the other side of those trees right there, has filed a code complaint to the city of Orange County, complaining about this property, complaining about the abandoned vehicles on the property, and saying that there are a lot of things with this property that are not up to code, and unfortunately is putting this house on attack this amazing, awesome, again, DIY roadside attraction and putting it in peril, if you will. It has an attack on it at the moment. This stuff might not be around for much longer, which is an absolute shame. I've been reading that all these abandoned vehicles have to be off the property very, very soon, or they will be getting, I believe, a $1,000 a day fine for every day after a certain date that these vehicles are not taken off property. And this is all because of one new neighbor who has decided to complain about this property. This has been here, again, for decades and decades and decades. None of these neighbors have complained because these other neighbors realize the amazingness that is this property, realizes that this property brings enjoyment to so many people. They realize this is a DIY roadside attraction and that people love this attraction, and that, again, it brings people in from miles and miles and miles around. It literally brings thousands of people out here every single year to see this. The neighbors, they don't care. They love this. They embrace this. The people from this town and the neighboring towns embrace the amazingness that is the Williams Holiday House. Everybody embraces and loves the Williams Holiday House, with the exception of one Scrooge, one man who has decided to bring it upon himself to try and destroy the Williams Holiday House. Now, the house itself will remain, it will stay, but we all want to see this house decorated. We love the house in of itself. It is a very beautiful, very historical, again, 1900 house. It's amazing looking, but we all love to come out here and see this house decorated for the holidays, and very soon it might not be. I'm hoping come Halloween we get to see the decor up, we get to see this house decorated, but again, supposedly the decorations have been put on hold indefinitely until things are maybe figured out. And I'm hoping things do end up getting figured out, because this is a shame. And there's been a petition put out, and it has thousands and thousands and thousands of signatures, people wanting this house to remain as it is. But unfortunately, vehicles have already started to be taken off property. So nobody's really sure what the future holds for the Williams Holiday House. Right now, it's all up in the air, but we're hoping that the petitions that have been signed, that the outcry from the public, the outcry from neighbors and people who love this house, who love seeing this house decorated for the holidays, we're hoping that the outcry will let this house remain as it is. But as of right now, we're not sure. All right, so that was actually kind of awesome. As I was taking some pictures of the fire truck, Joe, the owner of the property, came out to take his trash out, and we got to talking for a long while about this travesty, and he was telling me that himself and his wife are just completely devastated by what is going on. Not only to just what is happening to themselves, but what is happening to their property and what is happening to this thing that has brought not just them happiness for decades, but has been bringing people from miles and miles around, thousands of people every single year, happiness for decades, since like 1978. He said around 1978 is when they actually began to kind of lean hard into decorating for Halloween and for Christmas. So for all those decades, this has been bringing people so much happiness, and now it's all up in the air. I asked Joe straightforward, what is happening this year? Will you be doing decorations this year? And he said he doesn't know if he has it in him due to what's going on. He's so depressed and so sad by what is happening. He just doesn't know if he has it in him this year to get out all the decorations and to start decorating. He does not know what is happening. So right now, it is definitely all up in the air as to what is going on, because all these structures and all these vehicles have to be taken off property. Things like this Hudson here has to go. The gazebos all have to go. I love the clown, by the way. Code enforcement, thanks. I absolutely love that. They have not been quiet about this. The Williams have not been quiet about what is going on. They have been very boisterous on the internet about their disapproval of what is going on right now. And I absolutely love the fact that they have not been quiet about this at all. Apparently the fountain has to go as well. All these structures are not up to code. And he was telling me that when the actual fountain was put in decades ago, there were no codes. There were no codes you had to get to put the fountain in. And now all of a sudden, because there weren't permits and there weren't codes to put this in. Now, all of a sudden, it's an issue and that there's no grandfathering yourself into that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, all this stuff does have to go. And he was telling me that this fire truck will be gone by the end of today. At some point today, somebody is coming to take the fire truck off property, which again is such a shame that this has to go. And it's a shame that this is bringing these amazing people. Again, Joe is such a nice guy. The fact that this is devastating them so much, the fact that this is causing them so much distress and causing them to not even know if they want to do what they do every single year, the thing that makes them so happy and makes so many other people so happy every single year, they don't even know if they're going to put up decorations this year just due to everything that is going on. And I asked him, did you talk to the county? Did you talk to the town? Did you try to see if maybe you could be grandfathered into keeping this stuff, or maybe there was some kind of exception that could be made, or maybe you could be turned into a historical property or a roadside attraction or something like that? And they said no. They asked and the town outright refused them, said no, even though this stuff has been here for a very, very long time, hasn't been causing any issues, hasn't been a problem at all for a very, very long time. Now, all of a sudden, because one person caused a stink, one person filed a code violation, now all this stuff has to go and they have to have it off their property by a certain date, or they'll be fined every single day for every day that stuff is not off their property. So this fire truck, this will be the last time I ever see this fire truck, the last time I ever touch this fire truck, the last time I ever document this fire truck, most likely because it is going away as of today. You can see people are driving by and slowing down. And the reason is because people want to see this stuff. As I've been out here filming and taking pictures, everybody driving by has been slowing down. They've been pointing. They know what's going on. They've been showing this off to their kids. I love driving past this fire truck any time of the year just to see it and just to look at it. And I love seeing all the different vehicles that are sitting out here. I love this property, even when it's not Halloween and when it's not Christmas. And now to think that when I drive past, this stuff won't be here. It's just gonna be a standard old house very soon, like every other house on the street. Very soon, all this stuff will be going away. And I hate it. It was so depressing hearing, you could just hear it in Joe's voice, how sad he was by all of this, and the fact that this was all having to go away, and the fact that he wouldn't be able to continue to do this, at least not in the same fashion that he has been doing it for years to come. It was very sad to talk to him and to hear, again, that sadness in his voice when discussing this whole travesty that is going on right now. So to think, in just probably an hour or two from now, this fire truck will no longer be here sitting on property. I'm not sure where it's gonna go. I didn't ask him where it's gonna go, but hopefully it goes to a good home, to a collector, maybe to a museum, something like that. But what an amazing thing to be sitting here. And that has been sitting here for such a long time that now has to just go away and won't be here anymore. To think that the fountain probably won't be here anymore, and that all the other structures and all the other vehicles won't be here for much longer. And to think that maybe possibly this year we won't have a Williams holiday house. I hope that's not the case, but it might be. So as Joe and I were talking, he brought me over here to talk about the tents and how even these have to be taken down. These cannot be here anymore. Simple tents, storage tents, can't even be on property anymore. The gazebo here covering his car can't be on property anymore. And he was telling me that all these gazebos, that any of these, you buy, he said you buy these from Costco, from Walmart, for Target. None of these are code. Not a single one of these you buy are apparently code, at least not here in Winter Garden. So anybody in town who has one of these technically has a structure that's not code for Winter Garden, which is just crazy to think. And now the fact that they're like attacking, they're coming after the Williams is sad. He was saying that there used to be a tent right here. They took down, I think they said yesterday, they took down the tent that was here. This was like a Halloween walkthrough, and you can see there's all kinds of different figures and whatnot out here. He said he took most of the animatronics and they put them in a different shed to keep them out of the elements. But there was a tent here as well, keeping all this stuff out of the harsh Florida sunlight and all the rain we get here. Now all this stuff will just get rained upon, and the sun will be beating down on all this stuff. So hopefully there could be a place for all this stuff to be put. He even asked if they could just keep these tents up temporarily until they find somewhere to put all this stuff, and they said no, this all has to go. So this is all about to leave very soon. I mean, look at this thing. It's completely just jam-packed full of Christmas decor. All this stuff is put out for the holidays. It makes the house look so amazing, and again, it brings so many people happiness. Just the fact that, like I said, as I've been out here filming and taking pictures, just the fact that I've seen at least like probably 200 cars already drive past and slow down. Just look at the fire truck and just the point at the house and talk about the house. I mean, people are talking about this. People know about this, and people are just devastated by this. Just the fact that I've seen so many people stop to kind of like take a look at the house and talk about the house while driving past just goes to show you how much this house is it's just a beloved house. How much people just love this house, and how much this house holds a special place in the hearts of so many people from the area. So I'm hoping that we do see Halloween decorations go up this year and Christmas decorations go up this year. But even if they do go up, it won't necessarily be the same. Without the structures here, without the fountain here, without the cars here, without the fire truck here, without the walkthroughs here, without the tents up anymore, it won't quite be the same. And I can kind of understand why Joe is hesitant on continuing what he usually does, because it will have to be done differently. It will probably just be Christmas lights up, which is cool and all, don't get me wrong, but he likes to go the extra mile. He likes to have the walkthroughs. He likes people to come and pull over and to visit and to go into the structures. And for Halloween, they give out candy. And again, there's a walkthrough you can go through. There's all kinds of stuff. And I think they give out like hot chocolate and whatnot during Christmas. So they really go all out. They make this an actual roadside attraction. And to think that this year, if they do decorate, that it probably won't be that roadside attraction it normally is. It'll probably just be a very well decorated house, which is still cool. I would still love to see, but it won't be the same. It won't. As much as I would love to say it would be, it wouldn't quite be the same. And Joe was saying that he agreed. It wouldn't quite be the same. He was telling me that. He's like, it just wouldn't be what it normally is. It wouldn't be what it should be, what I want it to be. And I get it. I understand. And again, it's a shame. And it's a shame that there's no way he could be grandfathered into keeping all this stuff here, or that the town would make an exception, or there's something that can be done, something legal that can be done to let this stuff stay. He's trying. He actually had to excuse himself from our conversation because he said he had to go call his attorney. So he's trying to make this all better. But so far, he's already had one vehicle moved, and now as of later on today, the fire truck will be moved. To think that when I'm driving down Oakland Avenue that I won't see this fire truck anymore, I mean, that's depressing. Now, to play the devil's advocate, I can kind of understand maybe why the town is being such a stickler for having all these abandoned vehicles taken off property, because what's stopping the guy from down the street from saying, well, I have an abandoned vehicle that I want to keep on my property. If the Williams can do it, why can't I do it? I get it. I understand. You got to have the same rules for everybody. But at the same time, the Williams just aren't anybody. This isn't just any property. This isn't just any house. This is the Williams Holiday House. This is a beloved attraction, a roadside staple for the community. They expect to see the fire truck here. They expect to see the fountain. They expect to see the Hudson. They expect to see all this stuff here, especially come Halloween and come Christmas. They do not want to see this stuff gone. The public wants all this to be here. There's only one person who seems to have an issue with this, the guy living right back there. The only person who seems to have an issue with this. The rest of the town, the rest of the community, the rest of the area wants this stuff to stay, which I feel is why there should be laws and rules to make exceptions. There should be ways to sign something that allows you to keep this stuff out and to keep this stuff up for the enjoyment of the public, for the enjoyment of the community. The fact that the town and the county wants to tear all this stuff down and destroy all this stuff for the community. They want to actually take something away from the community doesn't really make much sense to me. Again, I understand why you got to have the same rules for everybody, but I do also feel that sometimes exceptions should be made, and this should be a time where an exception is definitely 100% made. I just can't believe that when I drive down this road, I'm not going to see this fire truck anymore. That is just, again, it's horribly, horribly depressing. And to think that maybe possibly this year, when I drive down this road come Halloween season, when I drive down this road come Christmas season, that this won't be decorated at all. That is probably one of the most depressing things I could possibly think of. Again, I'm really hoping that they do figure something out and they come to some kind of resolution or something, or just somehow they still continue to decorate and to do something. The town really does seem to want to come together to keep this going. And I really hope it does continue to go, because I would really hate to see this not all decorated, the yard and the whole property not decorated for Halloween and for Christmas this year. It is sad. And again, all because of one jerk, one Grinch, who ruined it for everybody. This stuff has been sitting here for a very, very long time, not causing anybody any problems. Nobody has complained. Nobody has any concerns. Nobody cares that this stuff is sitting here, that this, fountain technically isn't up to code, even though, again, supposedly when it was built, there was no code. But anyway, nobody has cared about any of that stuff. But just because of one guy moving into the area and causing a stink, all this stuff might have to go. Like I said, one car is already gone, and the fire truck, as of later on today, will not be here either. That is absolutely a shame. And I just, like I said, I really hated to hear the sadness in the voice of Joe when we were talking about what is going on right now. To think that they've literally broken the heart of this man who was only doing this to bring enjoyment to the community. He was telling me that he's gotten phone calls and he's had kids stop by who have literally been crying because they don't know if this is going to be here again this year. People love this. The fact that the town and this one jerk has been making children cry is just, it's terrible. It's awful. Again, Joe is just trying to bring enjoyment to everybody in the area, to the community, and he has successfully been doing that since like 1978, and this might be the first year since then where it doesn't happen. I'm hoping that's not the case. It's making me get all choked up just thinking about it. I'm really hoping that is not the case. I want to be able to bring my son out here this year and just show him this again. And if I can't, it will be depressing. All right, guys, but on that depressing note, I do think it is time to wrap things up. I am literally melting right now. I don't know if you guys can see the sweat pouring from my face, but I assure you the sweat is indeed pouring from my face. The humidity has ramped up since I got here, but I really wanted to just come out here and to document what is on property at the moment, to document the cars, to document the structures, the gazebos, the fountain, definitely 100% the fire truck. I wanted to show all this off because as of right now, all this stuff is on the chopping block. One car has already been taken away, and as of later on today, this fire truck will no longer be here. So just wanted to document it, wanted to show this off one last time in its rightful place where it should be for decades and decades and decades to come, but where, even though it has been here for decades, where it won't be for much longer. Just wanted to document the Williams Holiday House and talk about this travesty, this awful thing that is happening to this amazing DIY roadside attraction. You guys can find the petition online. You guys can sign it. It already has apparently like hundreds of thousands of signatures. Hopefully that does something. Hopefully somehow that helps this amazing holiday roadside attraction, this staple in the community. Somehow that helps it stay and remain. I don't know in what fashion it'll stay and remain, but hopefully it will, and it'll be here for years and years to come, continuing to bring enjoyment to not only the Williams, but also to everybody who loves to come out here and to take part in this tradition and to see this tradition. That's the best word to use. Tradition. That's what this is. This is a holiday tradition for the people here in the greater Winter Garden area, the Oakland area, the Claremont area, the greater Orlando area. This is a holiday tradition, and to think that it might not be here anymore, all because of one guy causing a stink last week, that is a shame. Takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch, as they say. And right back there on the other side of those trees, catty corner on the property, it's that one bad apple whose public information, by the way, is online. The complaint is a public document. You can actually get the guy's phone number, the guy's name, the guy's address. Apparently, people have been making phone calls and not being very nice to the guy. People have been letting that guy know what they think of him and what he's doing to this amazing, again, tradition, the staple of the community. But all right, guys, that is going to do it. Like I said, had to come out here, had to document this, had to show this off, had to get this on camera, had to show you guys what is here one last time before it is gone forever, because very soon all this stuff may no longer be here. Just the house. The house will be sitting here, but everything else in the yard could possibly be going away. The fire truck definitely will be gone by the end of the day. That is sad. I can't imagine driving down this road and not seeing the fire truck. How many times have I pointed out my window, hey Sean, look, to my son, hey Sean, look, there's the fire truck. My son loves seeing this. He loves driving past here, not just during the holidays, but any time of the year because of the fire truck. And I don't blame him. The fire truck is amazing. But all right, guys, with that, we are sadly done. So unfortunately, this video, not necessarily a happy video, talking about something awful, something horrible. But as I said in the beginning of the video, it just goes to show you guys, if you do enjoy a roadside attraction, a roadside oddity, or anything else out there that brings you enjoyment, get as much enjoyment out of that thing as you possibly can for as long as you can, because someday, out of the blue, without you even knowing it, it could just all disappear. All it takes is just one guy to make something disappear. And that could possibly be what's happening to the Williams Holiday House. This could all be going away. So, all right, guys, with that, I'm gonna go get back into my AC and cool off, and to try and not be depressed by this as much as I have been over the past couple of days. Just reading everything. The Williams Holiday House has a Facebook page. They've been posting updates about this on their website, or on their Facebook page, and just reading about it just every day has been keeping me quite depressed. But hopefully there will be a pot of gold or a rainbow or whatever it is I'm trying to say. Hopefully there is a good outcome for this. I don't know what that outcome could be, but I am just hoping that that somehow, some way, the Williams Holiday House remains and it's saved. And this year we can all come out here and have a fantastic time celebrating twice as hard, 3 times as hard, 100 times as hard as we ever did before, coming out here to celebrate and to show our appreciation of the Williams. I hope they do Halloween and Christmas this year, because I know I will be out here. I know a lot of you guys will be out here. A lot of people from the community will be out here. And I guarantee you, they'll be showing their support heavier than they ever showed their support before the Williams come back this year with their holiday wonderland, their extravaganza, if you will. But all right, again, that's going to do it. So as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon, check down below for links to Spreadshirt, hit the join button to become a member of this channel to gain early access to all of my videos. And if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, hashtag save the Williams Holiday House. And I'm falling over stuff. Save the Williams Holiday House. I wanted to get a good shot. Why I didn't just walk through the gate, I don't know. I wanted to get a good shot of the fountain quickly, just in case it's no longer here for much longer. So hashtag save the Williams Holiday House. If you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, had I fallen, I wouldn't have sued. I should. There we go. Take your time walking over chain link fences that you shouldn't be walking over in the first place. But all right, guys, again, that is going to do it. One last shot of the amazing American La France Ford fire truck that they were told had to be taken off property because it's a commercial vehicle, only to then have it officially titled not a commercial vehicle. It's an emergency vehicle, and the town said, we don't care. So anyway, guys, all right, one last shot. Pretty awesome, pretty amazing. But as of today, this will no longer be here. Super Duty, that is awesome. This is so cool. This amazing pumper truck, soon to be gone, soon to no longer be sitting here on property, soon to not be the gem of driving up and down Oakland Avenue. The trees are cool. The oak trees are pretty amazing. The Southern live oaks, they're fantastic. I love seeing those too, but let's face it, this is the real reason why you drive down Oakland Avenue. But all right, guys, again, that's gonna do it. So, like I said, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button, or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in the next video. And hopefully this Halloween, this Christmas, I will see you guys out here at the Williams Holiday House. But only time will tell. As of now, the future of the Williams Holiday House is up in the air. Hope to see it back. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, if you are a Grinch, keep it to yourself. Don't spoil the fun for everybody else. All right, have a good one. Bye.